Hope you're having a good day. First of all, apologies for basically the cancellation of today's stream. I was actually going to stream today, but I'm dealing with some stuff IRL, and I just kind of needed a day to recharge a little bit and to just, well, to sleep, first of all, and to get some of my stuff together. So I'm hoping to stream tomorrow, but there's just something that I've been wanting to talk about for a few, I guess, days now. And as I've been spending some time on Twitter during these release and pre release periods for a lot of games that I'm interested in, where a lot of my friends from abroad are basically gathering and enjoying some of these wonderful events. I just kind of wanted to comment on something that I guess is not often thought about because I belong to such a small group of people when it comes to these circumstances that it's often overlooked. And I've been feeling I guess overlooked in that sort of sense for years now. I've been a part of different communities, different games that I've considered my main game over the course of the years. World of Warcraft, Hearthstone, Final Fantasy XIV, now RPG games in general, and I always, no matter what, I always face the same problem. And I just kind of wanted to I guess, talk about that problem and let people know what it is like to live in Serbia and to be a content creator, not just a content creator, but RPG content creator in particular, because I honestly believe that creating different types of content around here is a more, I guess, not just profitable, but more popular, I suppose. When I look at the audience around here and what people are mostly into, what most of my friends are into, friends both online and IRL, even at the BC arcade that I visit, where my community is at, most people will focus their, I guess, attention and their playtime. Adults. This is adults that we're talking about. They will play either shooters of any kind, first person, third person, whatever, and games like League of Legends, like even Dota 2 or whatever. Um, and that's just never been something that I've historically been into. And from time to time, I bump into someone who enjoys RPGs, someone who plays, I don't know, Skyrim or Witcher or something like that. And I really get interested because I realized that there is so much push around here to just play other things that people more often than not, like, they don't actually play that many RPGs here. Now, I used to be a part of Hearthstone community around here, and that was a great time to be in Serbia and to be a content creator because Hearthstone was everywhere. People here loved Hearthstone, and there were so many events going on. There was an actual community. Like, if you showed up at a public place and if you played Hearthstone, if there were gamers around you, they would know what you're playing, and you could strike up conversations and just feel like you're a part of something. Now, these days situation is different here. Hearthstone is, like in a lot of other places, when it comes to competitive scene tournaments of any kind, even casual, they mostly don't exist anymore, and they're replaced by team fight tactics, mostly team fight tactics. I don't think there's another strategy game that has successfully replaced Hearthstone. I guess a lot of my friends who used to play Hearthstone now play this game, and that's, again, even though it's a strategy game and it's something that it looks like I would be interested in, I'm just not. And that again puts me in this position where I, in my local community, also feel like a little bit of an outsider. So things have been rough. Now, when it comes to World of Warcraft is still going strong here, and I feel like I could and I can connect with people in that sort of sense. But then again, my MMORPG of choice these years has been Final Fantasy XIV, which has been almost unfamiliar in this area, I suppose. And it's been difficult to find a local community as well. Now, I don't depend on a local community. I've been mostly creating content for well, people from I guess abroad. I've been speaking English in all of my streams and content, almost all of my streams and content. From time to time, I do make a video, especially if I'm doing a collaboration of some sort where I'm actually speaking exclusively to my local community. If I'm going to a local event or something like that, you'll from time to time see, videos in a different language and whatnot. And that's something that I've admittedly received backlash from the for the from the local community. And I've talked about this many times as to why I don't create content in my native language, I suppose. Here we have this very particular cultural phenomena of being poor, right? And paying for games, paying for content, paying for content creators to create gaming content in general has just historically not been a thing, you know? And when I started Hearthstone, and in general content creation on Twitch and everywhere, I did used to create a little bit of content in my native language as well. Now this is gonna sound, I don't want to sound like a sellout, I don't want to sound like I don't know, get supported by local community as well. But at the same time, most people from my local community will agree that this is the case and this is how content creators are perceived. People here, well, mostly they have it rough, and paying for content creators to, play games, make videos and whatnot. It's just not something that comes to mind as priority, and I understand that, as someone who lives here, someone who's a mother who's raising a child and is having to pay for all these things. I get that. I absolutely do. And I feel bad because I am from here and there are very, very few content creators that I've supported or supported back over the years simply because I can't. And that's just the way it is. But also, this is something that I've decided to pursue, I guess, at a greater scale than just a hobby. And people from around here have struggled to understand that, I suppose. And it's always been a problem whenever I would stream in English or something like that, because I would actually get supported financially as well as a content creator. It's just the way it is. Like there's no denying it. And that's one of the realities of content creation around here. Now, content creators around here who create games for younger audiences, funnily enough, they do get a lot more support and a lot more virality, especially like the Clash games, the mobile games in general that are not Hearthstone these days. People who create like funny, entertaining content, who I don't know, talk gossip, who I don't know, do these little, I don't know, skits and whatnot. That kind of thing is really popular here, but that's just not me. My content has always been more real, I guess, and more low key than that, and that's just never been a thing. So there are really successful content creators right around here. It's just that the mentality of it is different, and that's okay. But at the same time, I guess I'm making this video because I don't know, I wanted to rant a little bit, and I don't know, talk about how I don't belong. I don't know what the purpose of this is, but this has just been on my mind for a very long time. There's an upside to living in Serbia and being a content creator and creating content that is in English mostly. which is the only reason why I'm able to create content. I can't really say full time because I do have a part time job, but I've also chosen to do it part time so that I could do content creating for the for the rest of my day, and that is the fact that we get well, content creators get paid in foreign money, which is, I don't know, dollars or euros or whatever, which is a very strong currency here. And we don't like receive less money, I guess, if a person, I don't know, supporting us is from, I don't know, the States, and we live, I don't know, in Serbia or wherever. Like, we don't get less money from Twitch. But what's really interesting about for example, the new Twitch program, if I understand this correctly, Twitch Prime is getting a fixed rate for the amount of money that content creators will be getting for the subs. Now, please correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I understand, it is a fixed rate for the subs that come from a certain country. So this is just another argument towards me continuing to create content in English, I guess, because I checked it for Serbia, and the fixed rate for a prime sub that I guess that comes from Serbia is 65 cents, which is ridiculous. Whereas for the amount from the States is like, I don't know, 2 point something dollars, almost $3, something like that. I'm not sure at the moment. I don't have it in front of me. But what I'm trying to say is that people and audiences from around here, unfortunately, aren't worth that much. And even on YouTube, the ads that get served to people from around here, they get paid. Well, content creators get paid a lot less. So if my content on YouTube was not in English, I would have been paid a lot less than what I am getting paid for my videos where I do speak English, and where most of my audience from these videos where I speak English comes from the US, Canada, and other countries where people mostly operate in English as well. So I guess that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this. Another, I guess, a little bit of a negative thing about being a content creator here is that content creation here is not really being perceived as a job per se. It's a problematic thing to to go around here and say that you're a YouTube creator or a streamer or something like that. Like, when you're in a community where people know what it is, it's fine, but it's not really recognized as a career. And I don't know if it's like that in other countries as well, but I know I personally have been struggling with that. I've felt an amount of, I don't want to say shame, but an amount of, I guess, uncomfortable feelings whenever I would go to gatherings where, I don't know, my kids' friends' parents gather, like the other parents, like birthday parties and such, where we would talk about jobs. Now, I mostly always talk about a job that I do apart from content creation, and only a select number of these parents and, well, can I call them newfound friends? I'm not sure, but mostly I talk about having a job that doesn't really involve gaming content creation. I feel like I feel like I receive an amount of respect just because it is obvious that I make an amount of money from that, since it's very circumstantial, but my kid does go to a private daycare just because there's absolutely no room in a public daycare. I'm simply not managing to get him into a public daycare, and I pay a double amount of money that I pay for my own rent for a month for him to go to daycare. And obviously I wouldn't be able to do that if I wasn't making any money from content creation. So big shout out to everyone who has supported me, because you're actually enabling my child to go to daycare. And you know I do, like, it is clear to them that it does work out as a job, that it keeps us afloat, but it's still a very controversial thing, I guess. Now, I guess the reason why I wanted to start talking about this in the first place is something that I left as like the last and most painful thing for me is the amount of I guess exclusion that I feel as a content creator, and lately this has been making me really sad, and I wanted to talk about that because I feel like the opportunities for me as a creator based on my location are not as plentiful. um I don't know how many of you know my my content and the things that I've been through lately, but last month I actually got denied a UK visa because I listed content creation as my job, which is what at the time it was, as I was in transition between a full time job that I had before and a part time job that I have now. And saying that I was doing anything else would have been disingenuous. So, we have a very clunky way of paying taxes here where we now do it quarterly as freelancers. That's what we're called. And this is something that is a new system, and basically the way we can pay for that is by filling out these little let me show it to you, these little like check booklets thingies that we take to the post office, and basically we pay for it there. So I've been paying my taxes and I've been handling my content creators money that way. However, the UK government didn't really have any sort of insight into this, and I was accused by the UK government for basically tax fraud and tax evasion, and they are not convinced that I would not remain in the UK as a visitor. Now, the only reason why I wanted to go to UK is to be at KoopaCon, which is a Final Fantasy festival. I was really looking forward to that. I had my tickets booked. I had tickets for the festival itself. I had the hotel booked and everything, and it was still not enough. Along with the money in my bank account that would prove further that I was able to support myself, and the fact that I have a child that is going to would have remained here for the time of my travels, which is 4 days. I was denied the opportunity to go for 4 days and visit this festival, which consequently probably means that I am not going to be able to attend the WASD festival in the UK, which is in April, where I was invited to be as a content creator. So the fact that I don't have a UK visa because UK perceives me as a tax fraud, apparently, I am just cut off from being able to participate in any of these events. Now, that's not like I understand that UK is not the only place where I could participate in these events, but UK, in my opinion and from my perspective, and when it comes to my community, especially with Square Enix games, with Final Fantasy community in general, is the epicenter of everything that's going on there that I would like to be a part of. And I feel sad and I feel excluded because there's absolutely no reason to exclude me like this and to treat me like this as a foreign visitor. It is beyond me that these officials have I don't know, perceived my situation as a situation of someone who'd like to stay in the UK. No, thank you. I pay like $200 a month for my rent here. I have my child here, and this is the only place in the world probably where I can create content right now and survive, which is something that I wouldn't be able to do in the UK. So again, no thank you. I don't want to stay and live in your country. If I ever apply for this visa again, I'll probably submit this video as additional proof. I've also submitted all of my content creation information so that they can realize that I have a little bit of a reputation to uphold, and my goal is not to just illegally escape to a different country and live there. I have things to lose, believe it or not. So it's just a funny little coincidence that just, I don't know, has contributed to make me feel bad about this whole thing. I shouldn't feel bad. It's just, people get denied for visas, they apply again and it's fine, but they also cost money that I'm currently not willing to invest just to get denied. I didn't get that money back, and if I get denied again, I'm again not going to get that money back either. There was no opportunities for appeals or anything of the sort. Literally said that there's no appeals in the email, that I can apply again, but if my circumstances haven't changed, that it'll probably be denied again. Now, in the meantime, I did get a job and I could apply as an employed person with my new job information, probably. But I just, at this point, I'm just feeling really down about everything, and I don't even know if I want to put myself through that again. And I've already passed my tickets along to other people who are, hopefully going to have a great time at the festival. Now, what's going to happen in the future, I don't know. There are so many events that I would like to participate and be a part of. Like, I don't know, the WASD festival, the convention, and then there's gonna be a Dawn Trail celebration of some sort for the launch, again organized by KupoCon. Every week I see an event that I would like to have participated in, and that's just not something that's within my reach, and it makes me sad because I feel like I'm not close enough to the community in a way. I guess that's not the only thing. Like, I don't really, I guess, I don't know, being on the spectrum is not something that I like to put out as any reason for anything whatsoever, but it does, I guess, stop me from being all out there when it comes to approaching, I guess, approaching people who I should or could be approaching to basically have more cooperation. Um, and that's something that I haven't yet learned how to do. There are many brands that I would like to work with, many people who I would like to talk to more, but it's just difficult because I don't really, I guess, know how to do that. I faced a similar problem when I was back in the Hearthstone community, and back in the day, it was just almost impossible to break through because there were so many content creators who were a part of like I don't want to call it the elite community, but you know what I mean. And now that I'm back and I'm realizing that a lot of the content creators who used to be really I guess popular and influential back then, they're no longer around, and it is unfortunate for the game itself, but it does open the door for content creators who are up and coming, and I feel like it is maybe a better time for me to create content in Hearthstone and actually be able to be a part of the community that's not overflowing with streamers at this point that basically not, I don't want to say don't allow growing content creators to grow, but it's very difficult. And I feel more cozy, I feel more connected to the Hearthstone community now than I ever have before. I'm very grateful for that, and that makes me happy. But at the same time, the fact that there are no more community events within Hearthstone anymore, local ones at least, that I can participate in, that's again something that I'm really sad about. I'm really anxious about the Final Fantasy, the Dawn Trail Media Tour. That's something that I've been really wanting to participate in, and obviously nobody can, say if they're gonna be invited or not. I feel like I've earned it and deserved it based on all of the content for Final Fantasy XIV community that I've been making, based on the community that we've grown and fostered over the years. And I feel like I do belong there, and I'm not gonna lie, I am gonna be a little heartbroken if that's just not something that happens for me, but I'm also going to understand it if it doesn't. I would like to work on feeling less excluded, I guess, and less sad when it comes to these things, because uh, I do want to belong. I do want to connect, and I think my content has been good. And lately, I've been working super hard. So hopefully, hopefully that's enough to at least, I don't know, at least break through some of these circumstances, and I don't know, change the situation that I'm in right now. I would love to be a part of these pre-launch events and places where people go, festivals and communities and such. But sometimes, legal situations don't allow me to do so. And I'm just hoping that if there's another opportunity like this, that it's in a place where I can actually go. Another one being, I guess, TwitchCon, which is going to happen in Rotterdam, where I can travel, where I will be, and I'm very happy, very excited about that. But yeah, I don't know what the point of this is. It's I don't know like who exactly I'm trying to reach out to, or who I'm trying to I guess, I don't know, like give my hand to, or whatever the expression is in English. Um, but I don't know, like I'm still here. I'm definitely here. I'm definitely willing to, to work on my content and to be a part of all of these things. I just wish my current circumstances are different. I'm not even getting into the political side of things and how I'm perceived by, I guess, some of the more ignorant members of the community, as a civilian, as a mother of a child who has nothing to do with the political situation and the current turbulences between East and West, and how my country is perceived and what people think we do here and how we act here. I have nothing to do with anything, and I'm just literally living my life trying to make content and trying to make some friends along the way. And I don't think I should ever be judged for that. We're all humans, we're all citizens of the earth, and I like to feel like a citizen of the earth. But sometimes I encounter these circumstances that make me feel like I see myself as such, but other people don't. And it's an unfair thing, an unfair feeling to be feeling at all times, like feeling like you're constantly, I don't know, like one level below pretty much everyone else who is basically in the same, not race, but basically working on the same dream, and every opportunity for me that I can't participate in, or that I'm not invited to, or that I'm just not there for, is a missed opportunity. It's a sad feeling. It's a sad, consistent feeling of a little bit of rejection, I guess. But I'm hoping that at some point these things will change as well, and that I don't know. Like, it's not my goal for people to forget where I'm from or anything. Like, that can never happen, and that's not something I'm trying to do. But I'm just trying to show to people that that's not the most important thing about every single human out there. So, yeah, I guess that's all that I wanted to say for today. I'm sorry that I made this into a long video, a long discussion without like a big takeaway or something. I just wanted to show you, I guess, what it's like on this side. And this is something that I guess some people maybe they take for granted. Like, if you, even if you're a, a growing content creator, and if you have all these opportunities, if you are geographically in a location where you're not limited by visas or plane tickets or something like that, even if you feel like you're maybe not growing, or if you're doubting your content or something like that, I don't know, maybe you can at least, I don't know, feel a little better after hearing this, and just realize that you still have some of these opportunities that some of us currently don't have and would like to have. And I'm just urging you to embrace them, because it's important to be a part of the community. And I I hope you take every single chance to be a part of something that you want to be a part of, so that you can feel a little more involved as a creator and a part of the community as well. But anyway, thank you for listening to this. I will see you in my next one. Bye.